Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Chandler, the Geek Slays, and welcome back to the Scuffed Ass Podcast, episode 37. Who the fuck knows what we're going to talk about today, because I sure as shit don't. How you doing today, Wonder?
I have COVID.
And you probably gave it to me, so thank you for that, buddy.
You're welcome. Anytime. Anytime.
Yeah.
Hey, the good thing is, if you do have it, then you don't really have to worry about getting it again.
That's not how it works. I don't want to get into a
probably
COVID
for
debate,
this
but
year.
you don't know what the fuck you're talking about? No,
I do know what I'm talking about.
The first person in Goshen County that had it has had it 3 times. Which, yikes, you're bad at life.
Did she have it? Did she have it 3 times, or did she never get rid of it the first time?
Well, since they were all like 3 months apart, I'm gonna go with she got it 3 times. But, you know, whatever. Still, even if it was just twice, still.
Dude, my thing is it took me this long to get it 1 time. How the fuck do you get it 3 fucking times? Does she go and sniff out every person that has COVID and go make out with her?
See, Wonder, here's the thing. You do realize we don't have real jobs. We don't go grocery shopping for our families most of the time. We don't leave our houses that much. If you worked a real job where you had to see people all the time, you would have had COVID already.
Okay, look at my mom. She works every day.
Okay, the power plant is a very confusing place. Well, and now she has COVID. See what happens?
Through me, though, not because she picked it up through public. I'm the person who isn't out in public all the time, gets it before she does.
I feel like Destiny gave it to you.
It could be.
Oh, did your dad and Destiny get their results back yet?
No, they didn't. But it'll probably be like, oh, well, they got them there too late. They didn't get it within 72 hours, so we have to retake the test.
Oh, God, I'd fucking cry.
Yeah, good thing Destiny didn't hear me, because she did not like that experience.
It's not a good experience. I don't like it.
So, I don't know if you knew this or not, Destiny, but so they send those test results to the state to get tested through FedEx. FedEx has a bad problem with losing tests, and if they don't get it to the lab within 72 hours, then it's no longer valid, and they would have to retest you and send it in again. I'm not. That's their fault. Sorry. Yeah, well, Mom had to do it twice already, all because of FedEx.
Oh.
I'm not going to do that again. Which you would think, COVID tests would be high priority. How the fuck do you lose COVID tests? Oh, it's FedEx. FedEx is shit. Yep, I agree. FedEx is shit.
Every shipping company is shit.
Yeah, well.
I mean, FedEx didn't steal my fucking shoes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then not pay for them. Yeah. Alright, well, let's get into our one actual headline topic, aside from the fact that we both have COVID. Probably. I'm assuming I do, but I might not, I guess. Maybe I just have a cold.
We actually have a headline?
Well, kinda. So...
What's our title? I have no idea.
Well, Cyberpunk has been delayed again.
Good.
This is what, the 4th delay of this game?
Yeah.
And
Cyberpunk's been delayed again.
I don't know how I feel about it. Like, yes,
I've
I
never
want to play
played
the game
them before, so.
Well, there's never been a Cyberpunk game before, so.
Oh.
No shit.
Well,
Sherlock.
I was just assuming. You talked about it like it was a highly respected game and everybody's looking forward to playing it.
Because of who the developers are, yes, it is highly respected. CD
Well,
Projekt Red, who made The Witcher 3, is making it.
So what's the theme behind Cyberpunk?
It's cyberpunk? Like, you know what steampunk is? It's cyberpunk. There's different types of Cyberpunk. So it's like futuristic, weird. I don't know. I don't know what you're trying to get from me here. You never played Shadowrun, so I can't just say it's Shadowrun. So.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to look it up at some point just to look.
I feel like you have before. You just don't
I
pay enough
probably
attention
have.
to
I
shit.
just don't remember. I have a lack of memory.
But yeah, they're delaying it again because I think it was originally supposed to release like in April, and then it was August, and then it was November, and now it's like December 11th is the new scheduled release. But
so, do we have any idea why they keep delaying it, or
because they're saying it's not polished enough yet? Which my thing is, we've had so many games come out that just fucking suck.
yeah,
Like,
I would rather they take their
that
time and make
needed
sure it
some
fucking
more
works
time,
well.
right? So it's like everybody's pissed, but what?
Did you ever play the Last of Us? The second one?
No, not
Oh,
the second one. I didn't play it, but why?
I thought the storyline was a lot better than.
See, I thought you were
one.
asking that because it actually fit in with what we were talking about here, but okay. But I mean,
It just came into my head. Not a lot of things come to my head,
so I mean, I understand wanting to finally be able to play the fucking game, but also, like, is it a bad thing to actually get a game that's playable when it actually comes out?
Right. Would you rather it come out early and suck, or them take the time to polish it and you actually enjoy playing the game?
What the fuck? We're gonna talk about that in a second, because what the fuck? But, they did this with The Witcher 3. It got delayed for like 2 years. But
yeah,
it was also one of the best games to come out. So,
yeah,
like, for this console generation. And if we're being honest, last console generation, so PS4, Xbox One, games sucked. So if Cyberpunk is gonna delay itself to actually be good, I'm fine with that.
right.
Yeah, if EA, I think it was EA, would have, delayed Anthem, it could have been a good game. It's still not playable. If Bethesda would have delayed Fallout 76, maybe it would have been a good game.
Right.
Let's
Well,
stop trying to.
I'm glad they actually care about their game enough to go, okay, it's not ready yet. Let's, hold off a little bit versus, well, they're going to buy it anyway.
Right.
We're still going to get money off of it. So let's just throw it out there and see what happens.
Right.
So, anyway, I respect their decision.
For sure. It's kind of rough because I get wanting to have new games, but I mean, I think there's going to be enough games out at release that maybe spacing it out a little bit's not terrible. It's only a month. But I mean, we already are getting Assassin's Creed Valhalla, a new Call of Duty game, which it seems like even if you hate Call of Duty, everybody picks up the new one every year anyways.
Yeah.
Sports games, which a lot of people pick up. I think there's going to be enough launch stuff that spacing it out a little bit isn't going to hurt anything. So
Valhalla comes out the 11th. Is that right?
I don't know, whatever day the new consoles come out, I think. Which
it's in November sometime. I know that.
Yeah, because I think the Xbox comes out like the 11th, and then the PlayStation the 13th or something.
Yeah.
Something stupid. So I guess we're gonna shift away from Cyberpunk now because this is just fucking annoying. Not annoying, it's just weird. New Zealand votes to legalize euthanasia, but not cannabis. So they voted in favor of assisted dying, what a name, to be legal for terminally ill people. So if you're dying of cancer, you can tell the doctor to just fucking kill you.
Huh.
So that's legal in New Zealand now. But 65% of their electoral commission were in support of euthanasia, but 53% are against legalizing cannabis. Really? Oh, it's fine for you to kill people, but you want to smoke something that's not actually going to hurt you? Yeah, you can't do that. Go get drunk and kill yourself.
And this was where?
New Zealand?
Oh, sounds like the United States.
Oh, yeah, probably. But
Mm-hmm. You have to suck on them first, though.
phrasing. But
Nah, I'm not gonna rephrase.
that's just dumb. There really is nothing to talk about. Oh, so earlier during the D&D game, Andy called you out.
Why?
So in the Fortnite video I uploaded from the other night, I did put in the part where you said, saw a graph that said the UN was worse than the UK and COVID stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we actually looked it up. You're very wrong in every way. Yes.
I just said I saw a graph. It didn't mean it was true or false.
See, I know, but I saw a graph. Who made the graph?
I have no idea.
Yeah. I mean, there are ways we could look worse because we have more cases, but we have more people. Just
yeah, I was about to say that would be the next thing I brought to the table. It's like we have a ton more people.
You actually have to go to percentages at that point, and dig into it a little deeper.
Right.
I would ask why we keep bringing up COVID, but because it actually is impacting us as people now.
Yeah. Well, all it's impacting me is I have to fucking stay home. Now I get to go shoot coyotes.
Right. Yeah, D&D's over for a while. I mean, if I truly do have COVID, it won't affect the podcast after this week, but since I didn't have my test results back, I didn't want to have you come over and give myself more of a chance to get it if I don't have it.
Yeah.
But also, I guess we'll talk about this, even though I made a YouTube video on it. Did you? I know I told you at least a little bit about it. Did you see the tweet that the guy who said he was a creative director at Google Stadia put out?
I don't think I have.
Okay. So I'm going to give you a little backstory to this, which you might already know, but, maybe people listening don't. So Twitch streamers have been getting hit with copyright strikes on their channels for past broadcasts that featured copywritten music.
Oh, right.
So we've been over that. I received one for streaming the Apple event. Fucking stupid. Twitch, for the first thing I'm going to say is Twitch handles the whole copyright strike thing very poorly.
Right.
Like YouTube, at least, it's like, oh, you used our content and we don't like that. We're going to copyright claim you. It has no effect on your channel, but we're going to take all the ad revenue from this video. All right, sick. That's fine. Whatever. On Twitch, you get a copyright strike, and after 3 of those, fuck you, your channel's banned. That I don't like. That's a terrible way to do things. I can see why they do it, but it's a terrible way to do things.
Right.
So, all these Twitch streamers, have been tweeting out about how, 8 years, 9 years of work, just gone, all the content, you just gotta nuke it. Nuke everything. There's no other choice.
Right.
And so this guy, who in his bio on Twitter said he was the creative director at Google Stadia, tweeted out, let me actually go find the tweet. Alex Hutchinson. So he tweeted out, I don't know when he tweeted it out. Where is it? So he said streamers worried about getting their content pulled because they used music they didn't pay for should be more worried by the fact that they're streaming games they didn't pay for as well. It's all gone as soon as publishers decide to enforce it. The real truth is that streamers should be paying developers and publishers of the games they stream. They should be buying a license like any real business and paying for the content they use.
That's bullshit, dude.
Yeah.
So, they pay $60 for the game.
See, but that's not a license to use it as a way to make money. That is just a you paying to play the game. What he's saying is basically, so here's what I see. When you buy a song or an album, right?
Right.
You are paying for your use of that song. If you want to redistribute it in a way like streaming or re-uploading it to YouTube, you need to buy a license for it. That's how that works. Unless you are like making like a remix of it, that's a little different. Then fair use arguments can come in on music when you're, when you are changing fundamentally what that is. When I'm playing a video game, I'm changing it. The only time I see a real argument for needing to buy a license is very story-driven games. Like where you're basically just in an interactive movie, then I can kind of see it.
Right, kind of like Uncharted or something.
Uncharted, maybe even The Last of Us, like where I could go watch The Last of Us and never need to buy the game because I could just watch somebody play it.
Right.
But you can't argue that Fortnite isn't transformed by me playing it. No fight is ever going to be the same. No, singular game will ever be the same as another game. They're all going to be different. And, in most cases of multiplayer games like that, all you're doing is making companies want to buy your games.
Right.
But I mean, technically, could Epic Games be like, yo, you're playing Fortnite, that's our IP, you can't stream this? They could.
Yeah, well, technically they could, but I mean, it's as a video game, designer, I would see that as free advertisement,
Right. Which is how they see it most of the time. I mean, and a lot of the times it's not even free advertisement. Look at when Fortnite first came out. How many YouTubers and Twitch streamers did you see playing Fortnite because they were sponsored by Epic Games to play it? They said, here's a bag of money, go play our game. How many times do you see that with any video game? Almost any game that comes out, you see some streamer say, thanks to the publisher or the developer for, giving me the game early and sponsoring this video so I could show you some gameplay.
Which they want that because that gets, that person who's streaming has, millions of people that might be looking at their stream that go, he plays this game really well. That makes me want to go play that game. And then they play that game, and by doing that, that's more people playing the game who might possibly buy skins and, pay money to play the game. So technically, I don't see why that would be, I think it would be more stupid for them to say, hey, this is our game, fuck you, you can't stream it. I think it would lose them money more than anything else. That's bad business management, if you ask me.
Right, and think about why you'd want streamers playing it, or even why they pay streamers. You could pay, whatever it is, the $200,000 to put a commercial out for your video game and have it be seen on TV. But what percentage of those people are actually gamers? People who would go buy your product.
All the people who are
Whereas
on
if it's a
TV, you're going to see a bunch of old people who don't give a shit about it. So you
right,
just wasted your 200
maybe
grand.
20 or 30% are actual gamers, because a lot of gamers don't even have cable TV to see ads like that. Whereas if you pay a streamer to play that game, every single view that streamer gets is a gamer who could actually potentially buy your game, who could actually care about your game. You know, I do see the argument that publishers could definitely do this, but they would be dumb as shit too. Like, that wouldn't make any sense. You'd just be hurting yourself. Now, like, there is an argument to be made with single player games, but I also don't feel like there is. If there's a single player game that I know I want to play, I avoid the streamers playing it. If you don't know if you want to play it or not, that's the only people who are going to watch it, or people who have already played it.
Right.
Like, I know I want to play Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so if a streamer gets that game before I do, I'm not going to watch them stream it.
Well, yeah, because it's like a spoiler alert, you know?
Right.
Because and it's an expansive world, so you're not going to explore the world the same way somebody else is, you know? So it's not like The Last of Us, where everything's going to happen the same. You're gonna go here at the same time someone else would be doing it, you know?
Right.
It's I mean, you could go, you know, south versus north, you know, compared to anyone else, you know. You could jump down to this corner of the map, or you can jump the next day you're over here in this corner of the map, you know. It varies from, I mean, so technically, you know, you're doing your own thing.
It was even funnier then, because this guy then tweeted out later, you know, imagine somebody watching NFL games on their streams and saying it was just free promotion. Well, actually, the NFL paid Tim the Tap Man to watch a Dallas Cowboys game on his stream because of the promotion that would give you.
Right.
Like, companies are figuring out that streamers control more than any ad could. There's a reason that online content creators are called influencers. They influence the world. Like, if Ninja came out and said, you know, yo, this thing is bad, that product is tanked. Yo, Anubis with the raid, what's up, my guy? Appreciate you. But, you know, so that's just dumb. You know, I don't like anything this guy has had to say about it.
Yeah, but it kind of sounds like he's, you know.
So here's where this story gets. No, I was talking about how streamers control, or influencers, content creators control markets. Like, if Ninja comes out and says, you know, this product bad, that product is going to tank. He controls too much of a market. He has too much influence. So, because we're talking about the guy who said that streamers should be paying for licenses for games, but so this guy had in his bio that he was the creative director for Google Stadia. When Google Stadia saw all of this stuff happening, they fucking said, this guy actually works for one of the studios we own. He's the creative director at SG&E Studios in Montreal. He is not the creative director for Google Stadia. Basically, Google was just like, no, get the fuck out of here. You are embarrassing us and, you know, tanking the perception of us. So that's the first thing that's funny. The second thing that's funny is his header on Twitter. So that, you know, you have your profile picture and then you have the other, like, background picture, is a picture technically from a game he made called Savage Planet. But it's actually fan art of Jacksepticeye, a gaming content creator. But
oh my god,
he cropped the image so that the actual artist, their name, and that it's about Jacksepticeye is cropped out. You can't see that anymore. It's gone. So the amount of people who have been making fun of him for that, just like,
well, yeah, because you literally the definition of a hypocrite right there.
Yeah, you are taking content you didn't pay for and using it for yourself. But then, that same night, he also tweeted out that he's gonna hop on Twitch and stream some Fall Guys. And the replies are top-notch. Hope you bought that special streamer-only license to be able to stream it. Are you paying for that? Or are you just, illegally playing somebody's game? Like, this guy basically committed career suicide by tweeting that.
He is like a top-notch SWAT.
And it's all because of how he worded it. He said streamers should be paying. Whereas if he said these companies could be making you pay or, something like that, he doesn't sound like as much of an idiot. But when he said
he seems more critical than,
like, you're done.
Like he's criticizing people more than, this is what could happen. It wasn't informative. It was criticizing.
So that guy also tweeted out, he said, those shots of Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake for Uncharted feel weird. We don't pay for the license when we buy a game. Technically, when we buy a game, we're paying for our use of it. Streaming it, technically, is a very different thing. Yo, Judo, what's up, my guy? Technically, streaming it doesn't fall under what you buy, but if you go look at EA, Ubisoft, any company basically that makes games and go look at their website, it says, yo, you're free to stream our games. But he mentioned Tom Holland playing Nathan Drake in the new Uncharted movie. And some guy goes, wait, did you pay Naughty Dog for saying Nathan Drake? Because, I mean, that name is their copyright. Right. My internet is fine sometimes. It depends on the day. But I appreciate that, bro. Oh, the fuck did you just shove your phone down your throat?
No, why?
Because you sound really weird all of a sudden.
Huh.
But
I guess I did technically get closer to it.
Yeah, now you sound better. That's weird. But he goes, no, but the movie company paid to use the character in their movie. Some guy goes, no, you use this Twitter professionally. Yo, Judo with the host, I appreciate you, my guy. He goes, you use this Twitter professionally. It helps you network in the industry and is a factor that plays into your success and your income. The right holders for Nathan Drake are entitled to some of that income since you've used their copyright as part of your Twitter. And he goes, that's not even remotely the same. Yes, it is. It's like, I hope your streams don't get taken down by laws you don't understand. He obviously doesn't understand them. Fair use is a very strange thing. Like, so the stream that I had get taken down from reacting to the Apple event. If I wanted to fight that, I'd have to take it to court, and what would happen is I would have to make an argument to a judge about how I think my stream falls under the pillars of fair use. There's no specific law. There's nothing that states this is exactly what fair use is. There are pillars, and you have to make your argument for how it falls under that.
Yeah.
So, I would say, that I am transforming that content. I am watching it. I am talking about it. I'm giving my thoughts on the on the products that they are talking about. And then Apple's lawyers would get a chance to argue why what I did wasn't fair use, and it would come down to the opinion of a judge. With video games, you still would have to make that argument if, let's say Nintendo, let's say I was streaming Super Smash Bros. If they, decided to copyright strike me, and, we fought it and went to court, we'd both have to make our claims for why what I was doing was transformative. And I feel like with a lot of single-player games, you can't make that argument as, well as with multiplayer games, because again, multiplayer games are always going to be different for every person that plays them. So, I don't know. It's a terrible take.
Right.
Um,
Yeah, it's all just a civil dispute in the end.
but it's also funny that somebody pointed out a streamer, Noah J456, looked at every game that this guy's actually worked on. So Savage Planet, Assassin's Creed 3, Far Cry 4, Sims 2. Those were all games that Noah J was paid to play by those companies. So it comes down to, are we going to play Cards or Among? We can. That's definitely a possibility. So it comes down to a thing where it's like, okay, I need to buy a license to play your game on stream, but you're also going to pay me to play your game on stream. So here's my money. Now you give me some money, and now that's just dumb. That's not
right. That's just straight with extra steps.
Yeah, that's just letting me stream it normally with a ton of extra steps. Like, and you know, there's no argument for bigger streamers because they're just going to give attention to the game that you're playing. You know, look at Among Us. If Soda Poppin wouldn't have decided to play Among Us, however long ago it was, 2 months at this point, maybe. If Soda Poppin wouldn't have decided to play Among Us, it would still be averaging 10 concurrent players, which it did for almost 2 full years. Among Us came out in 2018. But one large streamer decided that, hey, it's time to play this game, right? And now look at it. It's one of the 5 most popular games in the world right now. All because of one streamer. You know, so your game is going to be boosted by streamers and content creators using it. So there was actually a time when on YouTube, you had to be part of a MCN. I'm ready for Among Us to die. Why? It's so much fun, Judo. Come on, man. It's so good. But I totally lost where I was at on my words. What was I saying?
Something about if it wasn't for one streamer.
Oh, right. That still isn't helping me with where I was going. But right, gameplay over graphics is winning. You know, if your game is fun, people will play it. It's just like if a streamer is, fun to watch, or, somebody's videos are fun to watch, people will deal with average or below average quality of video production if the stream is good. It doesn't matter how good your production is if your stream is bad.
Right. Yeah, you could have the best setup in the world and suck it. Streaming, nobody's gonna watch.
Yeah, right. All Guys to Among Us over games with fast, right? It's all about gameplay. And again, yeah, Among Us would never have popped off if it wasn't for streamers. A lot of games wouldn't. Fortnite, if it wasn't for streamers, never gets as popular. Now, would it have gotten somewhat popular? For sure. You should try to get on the Among Us train, though. Play it a couple times. It's so good.
Yeah, I played it one time yesterday, and I thought I did good.
It's fun, dude. It's weird. It can ruin some friendships. Me and Anubis have had some times on that game. But it's... See, I think that what is gonna try to happen is, I own it, bro. Good. You should get some games in. We should get some games in. So I think what we are gonna see is a lot of times games like Cyberpunk 2077, where a game's gonna have an initial release date, but the developers are gonna start saying, okay, this game isn't where we want it to be gameplay wise. It's where we want it looks wise. It looks amazing, but we're going to spend extra time and make sure it's an actual good game to play, because I don't think you have to have it just one way. I think you can have a really good looking game with great gameplay. We haven't seen that in a while, but I think that's because because publishers just want to make money. Activision is pushing games out faster than they should because they want to make money. EA is pushing Madden games out without making sure the game's any good because they want to make money. Because they know they're the Madden shills who will buy it every year whether it's good or not. They don't care about the percentage of the market that would buy it if the gameplay was actually right. They don't care that it could make them, 25% more money, because that initial money that they're going to make, even if it's a shit game, is good enough for them.
Right.
Oh, so here's the thing. How about 2K sneaking in-game, right? Yeah, that's not cool. So, yeah, 2K with NBA 2K21, and I think they even did it on 2K20, have been putting in-game ads in their game. So you paid $60 for the game, but you also have to see ads.
Oh, that's fun.
Shit, that's dumb. So this Bang Bang Click guy also said, amazing to me that people are upset at someone saying that the creators of content should be allowed to make some money from other people using their content for profit. That's the thing, though. Is my stream really only using the gameplay for profit? Are people here to watch the game specifically, or are they there to watch the streamer?
Right.
Because a lot of streams, it doesn't matter what games you play, you still will get the same viewership, the same everything. But, so what about streamers who don't make anything off of streaming? What if I'm streaming 2K and don't make any money? Do I still have to buy a license? What about free games? Stupid. How does that work? Should I be paying for a game that is free to play? Should I have to buy a license for something that's free? What about games that are popular because of streaming? This guy says it should be a revenue share, not an upfront fee. So now not only do I have to share my revenue with Twitch, now I also have to share it with game developers. That's insane.
Yeah.
So at that point, me working for, 10 hours a day, I'm going to take home 25% of what I earn, because Twitch is getting their 50. Right, game developers going to want 50% of your actual revenue share. So at the end of the day, I'm losing 75% of my money, and that's before taxes. That's wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's an outlandish idea. Yes, proposing a system that would tax streamers to promote your game. Yep, pretty much.
Yeah, I definitely don't think that guy thought out what he was saying before he said it.
I think he did, but he just doesn't. For some reason, the creative director of a game studio doesn't understand how shit should actually work. Technically, he's right. I mean, technically, streamers don't own the content they're streaming. But saying that they should be paying a licensing fee, which would be unimaginably high.
Right.
I've looked into licensing music for some just singular songs. The license for it to be used once. So in a singular video that you're making, you want to use a singular song, it can be $50,000, which is terribly dumb. Nobody's paying that.
Yeah, that's crazy. It depends on whether the artist is still alive or gone.
And sometimes it doesn't.
It's more expensive. It's a lot of times it's more expensive if you're trying to. And a lot of times
you can't even reach out to an artist you're friends with because they aren't in control of their music. Their label is.
Right.
So, if you're best friends with, Kanye West, you still couldn't use his music in your stream because his label would still try to strike you or claim you. Yeah. Which, again, is just wild. That's not how it should work. But I guess it is what it is. That's why I still feel like YouTube is the best possible platform to choose. It's just impossible to, not impossible, but it's extremely hard to get growth on YouTube, especially as a streamer. YouTube's not built for streaming yet. They've made a lot of efforts to try to get there, but unless you know specifically the streamer you're looking for, you're never gonna find them. Almost ever.
That's true. Yeah.
Like there are still times where you can look up PewDiePie and he won't be the first channel to pop up. Like you.
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah.
Yeah, like that. Oh, Jesus! Some guy, full on flamed him though. You know, speaking of things people don't want to pay for, how's Google Stadia doing? That's too good. That's too good. Too good. But I don't think. See, here's the thing. Somebody straight up said streamers advertise the game and get sales for developers. The guy says sometimes. No, I'd say in 99% of the time, they are bringing up the option for more sales to your game.
Right, yeah.
Now,
because it brings more people to your game in the first place.
Single player games, maybe somebody's never heard of this game that you're playing, and they're going to watch you play it for a little bit and go, oh, I want to play this. But a lot of the time, if I'm streaming a single player game, it's either going to be people who have already paid for it and played it, or people who never would have in the first place.
Right.
So there's still going to be eyes on your game. I mean, there's a reason that our streams, you know, show what game we're playing, you know, who the developers are, everything. So you have the option to, you know, buy that game, to, you know, do stuff with that game, to see more of it, whatever. I don't know. So another one. So it's like you should pay royalties every time you know, you should have to pay Microsoft a check every time a Windows update runs, or, you know, pay for anything ever that ever happens. And he's like, we do pay for all these things. Streamers have paid for nothing. No, we paid for your game. Most of the time. Now, there are some people who pirate their games, and I would never condone that, and I wouldn't do it. Because that's just dumb. Right. But they paid for your game.
Yeah, that's...
And at that point, do I think they'll find a middle ground for copyrighted music? No, because the record labels, all they care about is making money. And, you know, I think what they don't realize is music is another one of those things where a person could be in my stream and hear a song that they've never heard of before and go get it on Spotify or go buy the album it's on or whatever, which would then make that company money. Whereas now, you're never going to hear on a stream music that you don't know and would go buy. So
right, yeah.
Hopefully, there's enough of an impact of people not hearing new music anymore. The only places I ever hear new music on were whatever streams I'm watching, TikTok, which, you know, who knows when copyright stuff will go for TikTok. You know,
yeah.
Who knows how long TikTok's got before, you know, DMCA really starts hitting them. I hope they'll find a middle ground for copyrighted music, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's highly unlikely, though.
Right. I don't see it as an actual possibility. It would be nice if it was. It would also be nice if Twitch would just let it be this thing where if I wanted to play copyrighted music, all the ad revenue from my streams went to the record label or whatever, the copyright owner. The same way YouTube does. Now, they couldn't take my donations or my bits or whatever, but they could have the ad revenue. Therefore, they're getting paid for me using their music, and I don't have to. I don't want to have to worry about my channel being banned because I don't know if the song's copyright or not. Because if you go on Spotify and look up copyright-free music, shit that is definitely copyright is on some of those playlists.
Right, yeah, I know. That's, yeah.
So there's a possibility that I could get
still
screwed
could get copyrighted.
over. Right. And I don't want to run the risk of losing my channel. If it was possible to do YouTube right now, the same level as where Twitch is, I'd do it. Because I could just play whatever music I wanted. The copyright holders can take the ad revenue from my streams. I don't care. That's not... that wouldn't matter.
Right.
But that's... YouTube's system is... I still don't think YouTube's copyright system is perfect. Because right now I could go copyright claim a PewDiePie video. And for however long it took for YouTube to figure out that, oh, I wasn't serious, he wasn't using any of my content, I can't do that, I would have already taken all of his money from that video. Because the only time you really get ad revenue from a video is within the first 12 hours. After that, your video's kind of dead and you're not making a ton of money off of it. So, you know, if as soon as PewDiePie releases a video, I hit it with a claim, I make all that money that PewDiePie was, you know, getting for the first 12 hours. And then all of a sudden, he gets almost nothing from the work he did, and I get everything, even though I made up some shit. Like, there's no way to fire back at the person who is cheating their way into stuff. And that's a problem.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, it's still a better system than what Twitch is. If you get a copyright claim on Twitch, well, it's not a claim, it's a strike. And disputing it takes a lot. That's why I'm not disputing the claim I got from Apple. I'm just going to deal with it and realize that next time there's an Apple event, I'm going to stream it on YouTube. There you go. There's the answer.
Yep.
Like, I don't know what else. I don't really think there is another option.
That's true, yeah.
All right.
I don't know. If I was Twitch, I'd see that as an issue and could, you know, run people away from my platform. I don't know why they would think, maybe I want to, you know, try and work this problem out a little bit so people aren't so worried to use my platform.
See, I think it has a lot to do with... So Twitch is owned by Amazon, who is a huge company. And I think it has a lot to do with Amazon saying, okay, do we delete some people's Twitch channels? Or do we deal with the lawsuits that could come from doing anything else?
Yeah.
And they're just saying, fuck it. Those people's channels matter less than our brand. Which I think is incorrect. Because imagine right now if Dr. Lupo, Tim the Tatman, Tfue, and XQC, the 4 biggest Twitch streamers, because of this, their channels got banned. What's Twitch's brand then?
Right. Yeah.
Like, that's a good question. If you have Amazon Music, why can't you use that? Because, you know, you pay for Amazon Prime, you'd be streaming it. I think it would end up the same way as, like the, what's it called? The watch party system where you can watch Amazon Prime Video on stream. I feel like it would end up the same way as that, where only people who pay for Amazon Prime could watch your stream at that point, which is the majority of Twitch, I think. Maybe? You know what? I don't even know. How many Twitch Prime? I don't know if there's a thing that would say. Oh no. Apparently, there are 3.6 million average monthly streamers. It actually doesn't say, but I wish I could find the number. That'd be intriguing.
Yeah.
But okay, let's use that. Let's say 40% of people have Amazon Prime. That would be 60% of either possible viewers, or if you just go by averages, 60% of your viewers would no longer be able to watch your stream because you were using Amazon Prime Music to play music on your stream.
That's kind of fucked.
That's a problem. That can't be a thing. You know? And at that point, would you still have to give your ad revenue to whatever company decided to claim your stream at that point? You know, would you... I also saw a thing that Nick Merckx has his stream VODs set to sub only, so only subscribers can watch them. And, you know, normally it's after your VOD is made that you get a copyright strike. He didn't get a single one, even though he's used music in his streams before. Because none of these companies are paying to subscribe to him, so they can't watch the VODs to figure out if their music's in it. Which is an intriguing idea, so I turned sub-only VODs on just for that reason. Just in case something ever comes up that's copyright, maybe I wouldn't get taken down. Maybe.
Right, yeah.
You know, or it would at least give me some time to figure it out. And, you know,
yeah,
I could try to fix it. But yeah, making over half, or even if it was exactly half your viewers not be able to watch streams anymore isn't a great idea. So I don't know if there's a way to do this where it would actually make sense. You know, do we... You know, I think it's cool that Twitch has started their own little music player thing for on streams, Soundtrack by Twitch. I actually got into the beta of that. There's like 12 songs. Am I just supposed to listen to it on repeat? Like, what the fuck? But also, to incorporate it into your stream, you have to download a different version of Streamlabs. It's a whole deal. Whereas before, you could just play music in the background, and you didn't have to go through a billion different hoops to just have some extra background noise that fills up those moments where, you know, you got distracted with a game or you're thinking about something. The music helps with that. You don't get that anymore. Yep, yeah. Jam out to 12 songs. So 12 songs, let's say on average 3 minutes long. You know, 3 minutes long. I'm streaming for, 8 hours on a normal day. You know, how many times do I gotta listen to those songs over and over again?
A lot.
Well, I'd have to listen to all of them right around twice per hour. So, 16 times hearing the same song, the same group of songs, 16 times each.
Well, you'd know them word for word, that's for sure.
See, that would be annoying to not only me as a streamer, but I think to viewers as well.
Right.
If you're in a stream when the stream starts and you hear those couple songs, and then you leave and go do something and come back a couple hours later and it's the same fucking songs again, it's like, Jesus. It doesn't... I don't know, it's not great. And so Nintendo, going back to the paying for game things, Nintendo used to do that. They used to copyright claim or strike your videos every time they used it.
Right.
See, technically you can. You can pay a licensing fee to use music, but you have to pay per song. And let's look. What's a popular song? How much to license a song. You know, let's just type in a song and see what happens. You know, a smaller independent artist, it could be $100. Well, that's a terrible way to tell me. Just give me
still,
like
$100 per song, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, pay $100 per song, you know. That's impossible. You know, you can't expect people to actually be able to afford that. You know, and do that.
Right, so, yeah.
I'm really trying to find if there's a I can't find an actual number. Oh, here you go. So, oh no, that's not the same thing. That's just talking about how. Do you remember Napster? I don't remember. See, but so I think the companies making songs would have to significantly decrease how much it would cost to license your songs. And then the service like Spotify would still probably cost, you know, probably $100 per month for you to use it as a streamer. And so if you're not making enough through your streams to be able to afford that, then you're just basically fucked when it comes to playing music.
Right, yeah.
So, I mean, I don't think there's, unless these, you know, the labels and record companies that are holding the copyrights to this stuff start to, I don't know, realize that streamers can be a significant difference to the amount of, you know, records they sell. I don't think there's a way that it happens. I think it's just over.
Yeah.
Unless you use a site like YouTube, which I don't think every streamer can switch over to YouTube right now. It just doesn't make enough sense.
No.
If it made sense for smaller streamers, I bet they would, but Twitch makes sense for the smaller streamer. Now, when you get to a bigger position, you know, you don't have to be one of the very, very top tier streamers on Twitch, but you have to be, you know, pushing up there to the point where you could switch to YouTube and bring over enough viewers and enough followers to at least be, you know, able to make money on Twitch or on YouTube. You know, when you're big enough to do that, YouTube, I think, makes more sense than Twitch.
Yeah.
I mean, there are more live stream viewers on Twitch because it's a live streaming platform. There are so many eyes on YouTube. So if your streams are all there, your VOD could go out one day to a random person and they could see it. YouTube, there's, what is it? 4 billion hours of content posted every hour, which is a weird, it sounds like that doesn't make sense, but it does. And so that's why it's impossible to just grow a YouTube channel. That's why most people now grow on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Twitch. They grow somewhere else and bring those people to YouTube. Because at this point, that's really the only way to grow.
Right, yeah.
Unless you just get absolutely astonishingly lucky.
Yeah.
Because YouTube, the algorithm, when you're that small, is just all about luck. If everything you did was perfect and, you know, everything just keeps going perfect, maybe. But the odds of that are so low.
Yeah, next to nothing, really.
Right. So, is there anything else you want to talk about, Wonder?
Not really.
All right. Well, I guess.
Nothing on my end.
I guess we'll wait, see if Judo has anything else he wants to ask us.
Okay.
Oh, so you having COVID, you're still just lost of smell, huh? Not dying
Yep.
yet? Oh, that's good.
Nope.
It's because you're kind of healthy.
Maybe. I don't know about that, but
Well, I mean, you're young at least, so.
yeah.
Off topic. Just, if there's anything you want us to talk about, hit us with it, but. So. Y'all watching Mandalorian in a few minutes. What? Oh, shit.
I thought it didn't come out till tomorrow.
It doesn't come out until the 30th. Wonder, it's the 30th.
Oh, it is the 30th. Oh. That's,
But I don't think it doesn't come out until midnight Pacific time, right? So we have to wait another 24 minutes?
Couple hours?
No, 24 minutes.
Oh, hour.
We are an hour ahead of Pacific time,
Right.
Yikes. Yeah, not the sharpest rock in the sandbox. We got it. I was trying to make a new one. It doesn't really.
Honestly, have a hard time with time zones because
Yeah, time zones are confusing. I understand.
Well, it's not only just time zones. It's like fucking daylight saving shit.
Okay, see now, but take the trouble you have with time zones, and then be a streamer and try to organize playing games with people who live in Maryland, people who live in California, people who live in Texas, and then people who live in Canada, and try to figure out what the best time for all of you to play together is. And then the one guy who's apparently from Australia and you just figured this out. It is a difficult time.
Yeah, because about the time these people are wanting to get on, these other guys are going to sleep.
Right, that's how
it
it is for me.
About the time you're wanting to get off, they're getting up.
Like Anubis, he's on the East Coast, so I start up my stream kind of late at night. So
that's a 2-hour difference, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's like I'm getting on at 8, and then so I get on the stream at 8. It's already 10 for him. He wants to go to bed. He's been streaming for a while. Okay, so I'm going to tweet about this tomorrow, but I want your thoughts. Funko Pops, keep them in the box or unbox them. I'm good with off-topic questions. It can add some filler to this episode. I'm down. So every Funko Pop I have, which is a whole 2, are both in the box. I got... oh god, headset's not long enough for this. So I have this Assassin's Creed one. And gotta have the Stan Lee one, because Stan Lee. Focus, camera. Focus. Oh, okay. Not gonna focus, but Stan Lee. I say keep stuff in boxes if you're not gonna actually use it. Wonder if you want to say stuff, do it.
No, I'm good. I don't ever say anything that's worth hearing anyway, so.
One vote for boxed, yes. I feel like a lot of people will say keep him in the box. Your thoughts? Should he keep the Funko Pop in the box or unbox it?
Get a clear, bulletproof container to put it in.
Ah, yes. So unbox it and then put it in a different box.
Yes, but only a box you can see into, and put it on a shelf.
There you go. There's your third option. Buy a different box to put it in. Yes. Next question. The fuck is up with the Vikings? Thanks for that. So, the same thing that I knew would happen the moment we signed Kirk Cousins. He's a mediocre quarterback who's getting paid way too much money, and we can't keep good enough talent around him to make him look good. I said when we got him, what we should have done was just paid Teddy Bridgewater and Case Keenum a combined half the amount that Kirk wanted, and we'd be better off. But it's fine. Trevor Lawrence to the New York Jets in 2021. No, you'd have to have the first pick for that. So Trevor Lawrence to the Minnesota Vikings 2021. You like that. Sorry. And also, Sam Darnold is way too good for you to just let go. So unless you want to trade him to us, I'd be down for that. We'll give you Kirk Cousins because we don't have the money to sign rookies right now. So we need to dump Kirk Cousins for a box of chocolate that was made in 1947. So like it's probably poison, but it's still better than.
It's ornate chocolate, so you can at least look at it.
So the Jets are winless. The Vikings only have one win, and I'm sorry, the odds of the let's take a look here. What is the Jets' schedule? The Jete Jets. Because people from New York can't fucking spell. So the Jets play the Chiefs this week. Yeah, they're losing that. I'd pick up the option. Darnold's a good quarterback. Your offensive coordinator, who is named Adam Gase, who has never correctly done anything in the NFL, is a problem. Look at what happened to Ryan Tannehill when he got away from Adam Gase. Oh, he's a top 10 quarterback in the league. The same will happen for Darnold. The easiest game, so the Jets have another game against the Dolphins where they will be starting Tua, a game against the Browns, and a game against the Patriots still. 2 games against the Patriots. Honestly, the Jets could win 4 games. The Patriots are not good. I think Bill Belichick is deciding to tank. So I could see the Jets winning 4 games, possibly. Now let's go look at the Vikings. The Vikings' easiest games. Got the Packers, we're going to lose them. We got the Lions, we're going to lose there. We got the Bears, we're going to lose there. We could beat the Cowboys, because the Cowboys are so injured. Got a new GM and regime that didn't draft Darnold. You know, you could be right, but I think it would be a dumb choice. The Vikings aren't better than the Jets, dude. That's the thing. We are bad. So are the Jets. I'm not gonna be wrong there, but you know, we're gonna lose to the Lions and the Packers, who are our next 2 games. Then we're gonna lose to the Bears. We'll beat the Cowboys. We're gonna lose to the Panthers. I could see us beating the Jaguars. Then we're gonna lose to the Buccaneers, the Bears, the Saints, and the Lions. Therefore, we are going to finish the season 3-13. So I don't. And, you know, the Jets could finish 4-12, and we'd get the first pick. I like that we're battling about which of our teams is worse. And we just agree they suck. Both suck. Lawrence did just get hit with the COVID, so we both lost to the Colts. So, damn. I mean, the Jets should go ahead and beat the Seahawks. That way, they have the tiebreaker in case we end up with the same record. They get the tiebreaker that says they are better than the Vikings. So, wonder, how's your team doing? I don't even know who you claim your team to be. It used to be the 49ers, but...
Who, me?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm more of a Bills fan now.
I have not seen that movie. The new Adam Sandler Halloween movie? I have not. Sorry, what were you saying?
I didn't even know there was one. But...
Yeah, it's called like Hubby Hubie Halloween, something like that. Hubby Hubie.
Oh.
Wobby.
Yeah. Well, anyway, yeah, I'm more of a Bills fan now.
You trash.
Mainly because of a person more than, you know. And it seems like the Buffalo Bill community seems to be a good community.
They are all on drugs. The Bills Mafia is wild. Never seen so many drunk people trying to throw themselves through a table.
It's fine, but they're a good community. They're fun.
They're fun. This is true.
Entertaining to watch, at least.
Still better than Eagles fans. Say that much.
That is true.
Every time I talk, so Brando and David are Eagles fans. Every time I bring up that Eagles fans suck, they go, well, that's not fair. And I'm like, really? The one guy was eating horse shit after you won the Super Bowl, and he's like, well, that was excitement. It's like you booed and threw snowballs at Santa Claus. Well, he deserved it. It's like, fuck, Eagles fans are terrible people.
They're bad losers.
If you are an Eagles fan, you are a terrible person. That's how it works. You heard it here first. I've decided. Good people can't be Eagles fans. That's not true. It's just funny. Because there are a lot of bad people who are Eagles fans.
Right.
But alright. I think it's time. Call it so I can get it uploaded.
Sounds good.
What's your plan for the rest of the night?
Well, probably since my mom wants us up at 9 o'clock, I probably should get around to going to sleep. I don't know why. She says she has stuff for us to do.
That sucks. You have COVID. You're sick. No.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I'd start playing that. 13 minutes till Mando. That's true. Looks like you're not going to bed. You're gonna watch some Mando.
I might do that, but
yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna go do. I gotta watch Mando, and then I gotta watch the new episodes of Supernatural because I'm like 3 weeks behind. So gonna watch those while I work on getting the podcast edited and uploaded. So
well, you have fun with that.
Oh yeah, thank y'all for hanging out, and catch you in the next one. Deuces.